Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So now I'm going to start with a new lecture on a topic hydro plant layout and its site selection. It's again the chapter 2 of electrical power system. So welcome to this chapter. So let's start with the layout. Before starting with the layout, I would like to discuss about the hydroelectric plant. Hydroelectric plant it is the most widely used form of renewable energy where different forms of energies are converted. For examples, I would like to say here the potential energy of water is converted into the kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is then converted into mechanical energy, which is further converted into electrical energy, which is the main outcome of hydroelectric power plant. So let's start with the layout. Before starting with the layout, I think yeah, in the second slide you can see the typical layout of hydro plant where we have shown the reservoir and the water flow through the help of penstock, which is then transferred to the with the help of penstock. It's transferred to the turbine. Turbine is connected to the generator where electrical energy is generated. So this is the basic and diagram of a hydro plant. In the next slide, I have shown the components in a great manner. So you can see the reservoir of this plant I have shown, the tunnel through which water can pass out, and the penstock, sorry, through which is from where water is transferred to the hydroelectric turbine. So where this water runs that turbine, and here the mechanical energy is then converted into the electrical energy with the help of generator. So let's start with the components explanations. Here we have the main components: dam and reservoir, control gates, penstock, surge tank, water turbine, generator, and spillways. These are the basic components of a hydroelectric plant. So let us start with the description. In the left side, you can see the diagram where I have shown the circular form where we can see the dam. The red sign symbol shows the dam, which helps to give some height so that water can be stored and its velocity increases. Dam basically form a large reservoir behind it. Okay, the height of water level is called as water head. Whatever may be the height of the water level, that is the water head of the plant. So in the and from and behind the dam you can see the reservoir is basically the catchment area or the whole catchment area where the water is stored. That area is called reservoir. Okay, so in the next right side of the diagram you can see the control gates. These are basically the wicket gates of the plants where its main purpose is just to control the flow of water. Means water is allowed to flow through the penstock and to the turbine, and how much water, कितना पानी हमें release करना है, and that is to be controlled with the help of these control gates. So I think with the picture you can clearly describe these components. Next, we have penstock and surge tank. In the left side of the picture, you can see the penstock. Penstock is basically nothing but a conduit or a pipe form through with the help of that penstock we can transfer our water from a height from certain height to the turbine. Here potential energy is converted into the kinetic energy as the water flows down through the penstock. Okay, so in the right side you can see the surge tank. It is basically a small reservoir or an open tank provided in the plant in order to reduce the water hammering means the pressure of the water whenever it is required to stop the turbine or to stop that particular unit, so that pressure of water can hammer the penstock and otherwise. So in order to protect from that, उस वाटर हैमरिंग से, उस प्रेशर ऑफ वाटर को बचाने के लिए हम वाटर के प्रेशर से जो पेनस्टॉक को नुकसान होगा उस चीज़ को बचाने के लिए हमने एक टैंक्स प्रोवाइड कर रखे होते हैं अपने प्लांट में, जिन टैंक्स को हम सर्ज टैंक कहते हैं. ओके फाइन. Next is water turbine and generator. Water turbine, it is also called the hydraulic turbine, which is the main function, main important component of the plant. Okay, so in the left side of the picture you can see the water turbine. It is a small picture, but whenever you can go inside the plant house, you will see it is the biggest component, and having a large number of gates over there, sorry, blades over there, which through these blades runs whenever the water falls with a great pressure. Okay, so here the water flow is taken into the water turbine, where mechanical which is mechanically coupled to the जनरेटर. ओके, ये जो वाटर टर्बाइन है ये जनरेटर के साथ मैकेनिकली कपल होती है. सो दिस काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ वाटर ड्राइव्स द टर्बाइन एंड generator further on. Okay, so this is the main important part of the plant house. Next we have, on the right side of the picture you can see the generator. It is mounted in the powerhouse and is mechanically coupled to the turbine shaft. Okay, I have discussed it earlier. As the turbine blades rotates with the pressure of the water, it further drives the generator. That means mechanical energy will be converted into the electrical energy, which is the main outcome of our plant. Okay, and the last component I have a spillways. Spillways you have generally seen in the plants. Whenever the water exceeds the water in the catchment area or in the reservoir, it exceeds its certain limit, its storage capacity. So that water is to be discharged from that area. Okay, so discharging the surplus water, a concrete path is given there. This concrete path is called spillways. Means इन spillways की हेल्प से जो एक्स्ट्रा सरप्लस वाटर हमारे रिजर्वायर में है उसे निकाल दिया जाता है. ओके, so this part is spillway. So these were the components of the plant. So next topic is site selection. साइट सिलेक्शन वी नो, व्हेनेवर जब भी हम किसी चीज़ को डिसाइड करते हैं तो उसको प्लान करने से पहले हम कुछ फीचर्स नोट डाउन करते हैं कि हमें ये चीज़ कैसे पड़ेगी. सो हर एरिया और हर टॉपिक, हर कुछ भी चीज़ सिलेक्ट करने से पहले हम सोचते हैं कि वो हमारे लिए आइडली कैसे फिट बैठेगा. सो किसी भी प्लांट के लिए, किसी भी डैम के लिए जो आइडल साइट है वो होती है, फॉर हाइड्रो प्लांट बेसिकली, वो होती है जिनका लार्ज कैचमेंट एरिया हो और जहाँ पे large water availability ho, because water availability, it is the main resource for hydroelectric plant. So it must require that water availability, it should be large. Okay, it should be high or large with a greater head. So site selection के लिए हमारे पास following points रहते हैं. नंबर 1 हमारे पास है वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी. वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी मीन्स कितना पानी हमारे पास अवेलेबल है और कितना हम स्टोरेज कर सकते हैं, हमारे पास कितना लार्ज कैचमेंट एरिया रहेगा, कितना हम जो है अपने प्लांट का हेड क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. अकॉर्डिंगली डैट हम अपने प्लांट्स को डिस्क्राइब करते हैं, लो हेड प्लांट्स, मीडियम हेड प्लांट्स और लार्ज हेड प्लांट्स. ओके, और उन्हीं के अकॉर्डिंग हमारी टर्बाइंस भी डिसाइड होती हैं. ठीक है, तो टर्बाइंस भी फर्दर डिवाइडेड होती हैं. लो हेड के लिए टर्बाइंस अलग होती हैं उनका, फॉर एग्जांपल पेल्टन विंड टर्बाइन, फ्रांसिस टर्बाइंस, कैप्लन टर्बाइंस, ये ऑल डिवाइडेड हैं, ये डिसाइडेड हैं. इनको डिसाइड कैसे करते हैं कि हम इस प्लांट में हमें कौन सी टर्बाइन चाहिए, वो ऑल डिपेंड करेगा कि उस टाइम पे वाटर लेवल हेड कितना है. ओके, सो दैट इज़ द वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी. नेक्स्ट वी हैव लैंड. लैंड में हम कंसिडर करेंगे कि किस तरह की लैंड है, हमें सस्ती पड़ रही है, हमें महंगी पड़ रही है, कैसा एरिया है, हमें उसे कितना उसको कट आउट करना पड़ेगा, हमें कैसे अपने प्लांट को मतलब डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा, कैसे उसका आर्किटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. सो दैट इज़ द लैंड सिलेक्शन. Then we have distance from the load center. Load center means basically the substation. तो उसके लिए भी हमें डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा कि कितना दूर पड़ रहा है. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा दूर पड़ेगा तो ऑब्वियसली हमारे जो लाइंस हैं, ट्रांसमिशन लाइंस हैं, फर्दर जो इक्विपमेंट्स हैं, उनका आने जाने का खर्चा बहुत बढ़ जाएगा. तो इट्स ऑल्सो अनदर फैक्टर कि डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द लोड सेंटर कितना है. इट शुड बी लेस. ओके, हो सके तो कम. Okay, it's preferred. Then we have transportation facilities. Obviously transportation facilities means वो उस area तक के लिए जो transportation facility है that should be available. Otherwise we have to work out hard. Clear? तो transportation जो area होना चाहिए वो easily वहाँ पर हर transportation facilities available होनी चाहिए. So these are the basic factors which will affect the site selection. I think you can understand it very clearly. So, thank you for watching this lecture. Please like, share, and subscribe. And till then, and wait for the next lecture. Till then, bye bye. Take care.